Now, the more polarized it is, the more passion. And the more synthesized it is, the more mission. A passion is an amygdala response, right? I call it hump and pump and lick and stick. That's the Canadian mounting reflex, where, you know, it's like an animal, two elephants humping on each other or something. That's the passion reflex. Yes. Passion is ungoverned, uncontrolled amygdala behavior. Many people have confused what passion is today, but passion means to suffer, because you're basically trying to get somebody to be more like yourself or whatever. But these extremes, so the superior man model that came out, if you're really masculine, you'll get a real feminine and you'll have a strong attraction for passionate sex. So if you want passionate sex, with that comes passionate arguments and passionate volatilities and passionate unpredictabilities and new relationship stuff going on. And then there's also the mission. The mission is more of a androgyny, where you're empowered in all areas and you have a little time for the kids. You're driven by the business. You've delegated more things. And she's got a business and a career, and she's, you know, I've seen, you know, when I think of Hugh Jackman and Debbie Jackman, they're more androgynous. When I think of Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton, they're more androgynous. When I think of another friend of mine, Star, and Ron, her husband, he was a man that was a cowboy that had a ranch, was, you know, chew skull, and she wanted to, you know, she was the girl, you know, that she was very estrogen. Extreme testosterone, extreme estrogen, you know, find each other. But if you got a little bit of more of a middle ground, where you got a little bit estrogen and maybe a little bit more testosterone, you'll get somebody with a little bit more estrogen, but not extreme. But the pairs of opposites can be completely balanced, and both balanced, or they can be highly polarized and dependent. They're ionic relationships versus covalent relationships. When I dated a girl that was a little bit more feminine than probably ideal for me, I was masculine, but not as aggressive as the man she ended up with. He was more the aggressive male stereotype. She needed that. But I dated a girl that was a little bit more, you know, had a business and was more balanced in that respect. And so that was more of an androgyny. So there's no right and wrong on it. There's a spectrum, a bell curve kind of spectrum there. And but if you want extreme passion, you're going to polarize it. If you want a mission, you want to synthesize it. And a mission is an intimate relationship. The other one's a passionate relationship, confused with intimacy when you're highly attracted. But you don't get attraction without repulsions. So you got to deal with the repulsions that come with it.
So would you say that the more balanced thing would be to have to reach more of fulfillment will be more the mission?
Fulfillment means that you're not dependent. See, if all of a sudden you have, I believe, 2 children, right? You have 2, right?
4.
3 now. 4. Is it 4? Yes. 4. Oh my gosh. You've been doing some activities I was not aware of. 4. All right. So so there, now you have 4. So now the female, right, somebody's going to take care of these kids. So you're having to play some of that role, or she's taking on the role. If she's doing more of it, you're focusing on business, you're polarizing. If you're more of a balance and she's doing a little business and taking care of the kids, and you're doing some business, take care of the kids, it's more synthesized. There's no right and wrong. It's just that you got to negotiate what it is and not put a false expectation on what they're willing to do. But my personal feeling is, as you do that, delegation becomes more important, because sometimes people want to both have careers and both want to do things. And if they can delegate and hire people to do some of those activities. You just want to make sure you delegate as much as you can. That's things that aren't inspiring. Because sometimes you take on roles in relationships that you're not inspired by, and then they're bitching because they're having to do it, and you're bitching because you're not. Just delegate it. Hire somebody to do that.